What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one, we're going to be doing some in-depth technical analysis on Tesla stock to help you guys better understand what's going on and what's probably going to play out for the future. I'm also going to talk about what's going on in this situation involving Russia and Ukraine and how this may affect the overall market and Tesla going forward. Now, before I say anything about any technical indicators or what's actually going on in this situation, I do have to mention some very important things first. The first thing is I'm not a financial planner, so please do not take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, but it benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. And the last thing is, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below and in the description. If you do sign up for Moomoo and deposit $100, you're not only going to qualify for up to 5 free stocks, each worth up to $3,500, but you're also going to have the opportunity to win up to $200,000 as Moomoo is giving away 200 grand for the new year. So if you want your chance, guys, please check it out. And with that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So looking at Tesla, guys, we had a pretty crazy day. If you look at the one-day chart, we're down about 4.93%. But remember, guys, Tesla didn't do anything to cause this. It did next to nothing to really cause this. The entire market, with the exception being AMC and GameStop, it took a very big hit. I mean, look at this right here. The SPY, it's down about 1.97%, at least for the day. If you look at the IWM, also really hard into the red. NEO was down. Apple was down. Almost everything was bloody red today. And I want to talk about that in a little bit more detail to help you understand this. So look at the SPY, guys. Obviously, the SPY was dropping because we had that bearish momentum I was talking about in my previous video. And then what happened was we were hit by a particular piece of news that caused the entire market to tank pretty darn hard. So that's what really caused the SPY to drop. We saw the spread of these moving averages showing a lot of bearish momentum. Why on earth did the market tank? The answer is this, guys. The Dow drops 500 points. The Nasdaq sinks more than 2% on fears of a Russian attack on Ukraine. This is what the article is saying. And the thing is, there's a lot of truth behind this article because if you look at this right here, guys, it looks like Russia does have a lot of naval buildups. They have a lot of troops secured around Ukraine, and it does look possible for them to really take action. Now, I do have to note it hasn't happened yet, so we don't truly know it, but there's a lot of tension right now. There's a lot of fear, and this would not be good for the grand scheme of things for the overall market. So, what would that do to the stock market? If that were to play out, and I just feel like the media is going to feed in a lot of fear about the situation, regardless of whether it actually starts or not. So we could see some red days going forward because of the fact that, look, there's so much fear, there's uncertainty, there's a lot of doubts about how the market's going to perform now. And we did see a lot of bonds, guys. We saw lots of bonds really take off today. But the thing is, look, because of this situation, the entire market may end up tanking a little bit more. And if there was a straight up invasion, the entire market could be red for a week or two. I would say maybe for a week before we start to rebound. So I want you guys to be very prepared for that. Now, do I think it's going to take an entire week? Actually, maybe it'll last like 3 or 4 days before we start rebounding. But I'm putting it out there, guys. You have to be prepared for this because this is something that's really sad. I personally consider myself a pacifist. I do not like seeing, innocent people get hurt by things like this. I really want the best for people. So it's very concerning. It's very sad that this is going on. President Joe Biden also announced that he wants U.S. Individuals, personnel to really leave Ukraine as soon as possible because it could be a very dangerous situation. So I want to talk about how this could affect Tesla. So let's look at 2 hour candles. And as you guys could see, actually, let's look at the long-term chart. I was telling you guys that we were respecting this yellow line, this trend line. We were respecting it pretty well, at least for the last couple of months. But then the thing about it is we were looking like we were about to break out as we had that inverse head and shoulders. But then yesterday, right off the bat, when I saw the sign, guys, I saw a sign we would end up dropping, and that is what ended up playing out, right? I told you guys this. Some people got kind of pissed, but it's the truth, right? Sometimes it hurts to really see this happen, but it's the uncomfortable truth. So the question is, now we know we're dropping, we're not going to basically explode overnight, and there is a little bit more, momentum that's going to be bearish going forward. So let's talk about what's actually going to happen. So if I zoom out right here and we go to this point right here, I want to remind you guys, we have a gap right over here. The gap starts at around $848 a share. So we could end up dropping to fill the gap, but we don't necessarily have support at that perfect place where the gap is. So to fill the gap, we have to go around or below 848. And our level of support would be, we have some support at 835, but even stronger support at 823. So let's look at what on earth other indicators are showing, because we can't just look at, a couple indicators like this and then just understand everything. So let me bring up some more in-depth technical analysis indicators. So look at the DMI, the directional moving indicator, and this basically shows you the direction of and strength of different plays. And as you guys could see right here, the positive directional movement indicator, the positive one and the negative one, they flip. So what happens is when we see this yellow line and this blue line flip, that is kind of like an indicator of how the trend is going to change. So the indicator flips right here. We have that big green candles. That's an indicator that we had a lot of bearish momentum that started sometime around yesterday, and then that's why I called that out, and we're seeing a spread here. So as of right now, it doesn't look like we're in an overall bullish reversal state yet. It looks like we have a lot of bearish momentum, and it's probably going to continue. Now, there are other indicators showing the exact same thing. I mean, if I brought up like the MACD and RSI, and I'm going to close the DMI just to make this easier for you, if I could get that. Okay, so the 9-day moving average flips with the MACD, and that's important because look at these histograms. They look pretty red, and we are seeing a drop continuing. So we still have that momentum. We haven't seen the sign of a reversal just yet. RSI is very oversold at 29.38. So I'm not trying to spread FUD right now. It's just that right now it does look like we are going to kind of drop unless this situation really eases up, right? The situation right here, if something were to happen and Russia ends up stating that they don't want anything like this to happen, they want peace, then that's really going to cause the market to rebound. But the situation does not look like that. If they truly want peace, why would they put all those troops around Ukraine? I mean, to me, guys, it's just sad, and that's just how I feel about it. I feel really sad when I think of things like that, but you guys get my point. Like, it doesn't look like it's going to be super peaceful as of right now. So based off that, it does look more probable we're going to continue to see a little bit more bearish momentum perpetuate. Now, another big indicator that shows this, I'm going to close those up just to make it more easy for you guys to see. Let me see if I can find it. The volume, the overall volume was not looking that great. Obviously, the bears have a lot of control, and it looks like shorts are also kind of in paradise right now because they've been shorting the daylight out of the market. They've been buying lots of puts, and they obviously played their big role in causing Tesla and the entire market to take the dip that it has. So I just want to put it out there, guys. These market makers are doing what they can. Is the market manipulated to some degree? Yes, it is very manipulated, and that is playing a big role in seeing what's going on with Tesla as well. So I don't necessarily see us crashing extremely hard though, because look, we're still at a pretty good level compared to where we were about a year or 2 years ago. Because if you bring up the 5-year chart, guys, you have to like zoom out and look at the grand scheme of things. We're still on a bit of an upward trend. We're still following this trend line right here. We're respecting this 5MA. That's really good, guys. The moving average that's being respected. We're still doing well over the long term. And if you're willing to wait it out, guys, we're going to recover from this. But for the short term, guys, like I said before, it's not looking too good. So to end the video, I just wanted to say my heart goes out to all the people in Russia and in Ukraine that are getting stuck in this mess, that do not want to be a part of it. We want peace. We don't want tensions like this, and we want the best for everyone. So I really wish the best for everyone. I hope each and every one of you stay safe. And I also want to put it out there that look, there are going to be tough times ahead, no matter what year you look at. But eventually, we're going to prevail. We're going to recover. But we're just not in that recovery state as of right now. It really depends on the news. It really depends on other factors. And we're just going to wait for that confirmation. Once it comes, guys, we will recover. But right now, as I stated before, it is looking a little bit more bearish. That's what I have for this one, guys. I do think we might see a little bit more red on Monday. We may continue depending on how severe the situation is, but I'm not losing faith, guys. Remember, this is not Tesla's fault. They're fundamentally an amazing company, and they're going to rebound over time. So I thank you. Please enjoy the weekend, and I will see you in the next one. Tesla to the moon, and peace out.